So I'm really glad you agreed to be here with me. And I'm gonna start. And for those who don't really know me, because there is some familiar faces and there is some less familiar faces that I see on the screen, which I saw you maybe potentially once or twice um, on in other spaces I'm holding. So my name is Gosia. I'm a somatic therapist. Just gonna mention all the labels I know about myself. Somatic therapist, Reiki practitioner, and meditation teacher, as well as sound practitioner. I live locally in Elephant and Castle, and I love exploring different ways of staying present with life. And one of the ways is the practicing mindfulness. Okay, I will invite you now to adjust your posture, sit comfortably, but still stay fairly alerted in your body so you don't collapse on your chair or sofa. Maybe bring your shoulders to your ears and then just let them drop. Feel your feet on the floor. And if you have any injuries or if your body is aching, just make yourself as comfortable as possible. If sitting is too much for you, you can also lie down. Although I would like to see your face, but I'm also, aware that sometimes sitting for prolonged period of time is not the best for our bodies as our body at this very moment. So make yourself comfortable. Grab a pillow to support your back if you need, and a blanket. And yeah, welcome again in this first session. We begin where all meditation begins, with a simple but radical act, turning attention inward. I'd like to invite you to sit comfortably again and adjust your posture. And then I want you to just check in with yourself. Notice if there is any discomfort in your body. Notice your breath. Is it deep, calm, slow, or maybe a little bit shallow? Notice maybe if closing your eyes or lowering your gaze is helping you to tune in a little bit more into the sensations in your body. Notice if you are already here or maybe still at work or running some scripts in your head. See if you can arrive fully. To sit quietly and pay attention to our inner life is not a retreat from life. It's a homecoming. As Kabir wrote, I felt in need of a great pilgrimage. So I sat still for 3 days. Meditation is pilgrimage inward, both profoundly simple and infinitely rich. When we ask what is meditation, the most honest answer might be plural. There is many meditations. Just as there are many paths up the mountain, there are devotional meditations, contemplative meditations, concentration practices, heart-centered practices, and mindfulness or insight meditations or vipassana. At its essence, meditation is the training and directing of attention. It is a learning to place our awareness deliberately on breath, sound, body sensations, or heart-centered emotions of joy, gratitude, compassion, and to rest there, to rest there. Through that simple act, the mind becomes more steady and we begin to relate differently to what arises rather than trying to remove it. A synonym for mindfulness that I will be using is loving attention or loving awareness. An attention that is focused on the present experience and ability to observe and be fully present for body, for mind, for spirit, or for the vastness of life. In that presence, we begin to know, understand, and connect in a more real way. To shift from reactivity, being caught and identified, to place of clarity and perspective, of ease and care. At best, all these practices serve awakening because they shift us from the ordinary, discursive mind, what we all call the body of fear, the small sense of self, of separateness, to something greater, more timeless, more wise, more connected. Meditation is not about acquiring new state. It's about discovering what is already here when we stop clinging or running away. It brings us back to what T.S. Eliot called the place where we started, and now we know for it the first time. The place we started, and now we know it for the first time. What is mindfulness? Within the great family of meditations, mindfulness or satipatthana in the early Buddhist Pali Sanskrit language means to remember or to be aware. And mindfulness has two essential aspects. Its first one is receptive awareness. So spaciousness, kind, not judging presence with life as it is. And second is active responsiveness, an appropriate, wise response that arises naturally from that awareness. So mindfulness is not passive. It is a way of meeting each moment with clarity and care. This is really important because mindfulness is often misunderstood as passive, but it's not. It actually orients us. It brings us clarity into present moment from which then we can respond rather than react. For example, you might notice a tension in your body, and when you respond with clarity and awareness, you're going to respond in more quiet, steady way. But when someone triggers you, you're going to be potentially very reactive, and you've got this automated, energetic response to the situation. Yeah. It is said that mindfulness is all helpful, even liberating. It supports us in work, with children, in relationship to the body. It supports our creativity, love making, gardening, and the arts. It's everywhere. And we often describe this as a loving awareness, the ability to be present with the body, mind, and heart with compassion. And in this practice, we are not trying to get somewhere. We are learning to be here. And Thomas Merton, the Christian contemplative, said, "We are already one, but we are imagined that we are not. What we have to recover is our original unity. We are already one, but we imagine that we are not. What we have to recover is our original unity." So mindfulness allows us to recover that innate unity within ourselves, with others, and with the life itself. And in somatic healing or therapy, as my beloved teacher Gabor Mate speaks about, recovery is really rediscovery. It's essentially a journey back to your authentic self. The four foundations of mindfulness, traditional mindfulness, is cultivated as four different dimensions of your experience. So awareness of the body, so all the sensations, breath, seeing, hearing, smelling, touching, especially of the physical body. It also includes mindfulness inwardly and outwardly. So mindfulness of our own body and mindfulness of the bodies in around us, and including the body of the earth. So mindfulness of the environment. The other pillar of foundation is awareness of the feelings. So, sad, happy, pleasant feeling, unpleasant, neutral tones that color each moment in our lives. There is also awareness of mind, so noticing thoughts, beliefs that are showing up, the attitudes that shape our perception of the world, and awareness of process of life itself, seeing how all experience arises and passes, to see the way that life operates, discovering freedom amid change. So every moment of genuine awareness opens a window of freedom. Wherever we become mindful, that moment is no longer bound by habit. So wherever we become mindful, that moment is no longer bound by habit. It becomes alive. So what is the practice? The practice itself. There's saying whatever we practice grows stronger. So if we practice judgment, judgment grows stronger. If we practice compassion, compassion grows stronger. And so on and so forth. Meditation is like tuning an instrument. The ancient text says not too tight, not too loose. Too much effort and the mind becomes strength. And not too little effort and the mind becomes dull. So we are looking for this sweet spot. We're looking for this steady, relaxed attention infused with kindness, etc., etc. And then Mary Oliver asked, "Tell me, what is the plan? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild, precious life? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild, precious life?" So each time we sit, we respond to that question, not by thinking about it, but by actually living the answers through our bodies. Regular practice matters. Like any art form, meditation unfolds through repetition. the blessed monotony of showing up again and again and again. And it's not about performance or reaching a goal, it's about being there for the sunrise, as one of the Zen teachers said. It's being there for the sunrise. And as we begin, it helps to recognize a few common patterns, like striving, trying to get to the special state, to do it right, to achieve calm. Do I have any people, performers, top achievers, perfectionists in this group? Exactly. Another tendency is self-judgment, measuring ourselves by progress or experience. Anyone with a loud inner critic? There you go. Hello, everybody. Another tendency, avoidance, distracting yourself, numbing, or quietly giving up. It's too hard. Don't have time now. What time is it? This doesn't make sense. What's for dinner? Ruminating about the past. I can't feel anything in my body. I'm too distracted to even start. I'm talking about myself here. So every day, the same thing. Keep turning up. Keep turning up. These habits are universal. As Suzuki Roshi reminded his students, I have many difficulties in my practice, so I think you will find it difficult too. Difficulties aren't mistakes, they are part of the path. When we sit, we encounter everything human: restlessness, boredom, sweetness, joy, sorrow, you name it. Each is workable. Thomas Merton wrote, "The secret beauty of those in front of you." So practice invites us to see the beauty in others and in ourselves. And mindfulness doesn't require a monastery or perfect conditions. It simply asks us, we pause to remember presence. So take everything that is going on in your life, or let's say I'm in a walk in the mountains, and I'm struggling. I was like, oh my God, I'm so hot. How many steps left in? And then I'm turning my awareness inward and thinking, okay, I'm gonna focus on my breath. Then I'm gonna count the steps. Then I'm gonna look away and look at this beautiful hill in the front of me. And I'm just beautifully distracting my mind, but also bringing myself into present moment and observing the life, the vastness of life around me. Rumi said or asked, do you make regular visits to yourself? That is what daily practice is. It's a visit to yourself, a visit home. So in this course, we will explore meditation not as escape from life, but as life lived consciously. We'll practice meeting each moment with openness, curiosity, and care. So stay with your breath. We'll let all that change. You are not the moving current. You are the river bend, vast enough to hold it all. Stay with the breath. Let all the changes change. You are not the moving current. You are the riverbed, vast enough to hold it all. And as we do, we rediscover what has always been true, that mindfulness is not something to gain, but the way we remember who we already are. So it's the way back to ourselves. the way to remember who we already are. Thank you. Can I gently check in with you, and you can check in with your bodies, what is going on for you now? If you need to move, and I will invite you to join me for a practice. It's going to be a guided meditation on breath, and it's going to have some pauses in between, so don't get alarmed when you don't hear anything. And enjoy. So again, I would like to invite you to lower your gaze or close your eyes, make yourself comfortable, maybe adjust your body again. Notice your position, your posture. Try to be relaxed, but also fairly alerted in your body. Keep your gaze down or close your eyes if that's okay for you. Notice if there's any obvious tightness, tension in the body. Perhaps feeding your body with the half smile or kindness will help to release or let it go a little bit more. Now bring your attention to the fact you are in your body and your body is breathing. Noticing that it's always breathing quite naturally. Begin noticing where it's easiest to feel the breath. It might be the coolness you feel in your nostrils on the in-breath, or warmth on the upper lip with the out-breath. Or maybe you sense a swirling, tingling in the back of your throat. It might be the rise and fall of your chest or belly. Or it might be the sensations of the whole body breathing. Wherever you find the breath easiest to feel or most pleasant, rest your kind attention there. If the breath is subtle or hard to feel, you can place one hand on your belly and feel the rise and fall of your belly in the palm of your hand. It's a beautiful way to stay with your breath. Now let you feel the next 3 in and out breaths. Allow yourself to feel each breath. Let the mind calm and the body relax. Now feel 3 more of these breaths gently in your own pace. Feel the in and out breath. Each time attention wanders and you notice, gently bring it back. Like training a puppy. No judgment. Simply a kind return. Sit and stay. Sit and stay. And again, notice your breath. And if it's helpful, you can notice the beginning and the middle and the end of the breath. And then beginning and the middle and the end of the out breath or the fall. Notice the space between breaths. Rest yourself. Relaxing with the breathing. Notice where is your attention. If it's drifted, gently returning to the sensations of breathing. Let the mind calm and body to relax. And I would like to close with the quick passage by John O'Donohue, who describes really this relationship with waking up. It says, I would love to live like a river flows, carried by the surprise of its own unfolding. I would love to live like a river flows, carried by the surprise of its unfolding. You can gently bring attention back to the room. Maybe open your eyes very slowly, gently come back.